Ladies, gentlemen, theys, and thems, my shoulders are out. I have my Hidden Figures hairstyle, so that can only mean one thing. Spring is here. Now, is it rainy and depressing as hell outside at the time of me filming this video? Absolutely. But at least we have daylight savings time. Not to mention, now that we're at the top of a new month, it's time for new fragrances. Yes, folks, it is time for me to share what fragrances I plan on spending time with this month. But of course, before we get into today's fragrance tray video, you make sure that you are subscribed and make sure you hit that notification bell, boo, so you don't miss when I upload another video. After making sure that you are subscribed and turning those post notifications on and setting them to all, also make sure you give this video a thumbs up because it's free and it really goes a long way to help support the channel and help us to grow. And last but not least, never ever ever forget, if you are interested in any of the fragrances mentioned in today's video, to make sure you shop via any available links and or discount codes to try or buy down below in the description box, because it really helps support the channel and you go buy it anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now, if you're interested in knowing what fragrances I have lined up for the month of April, make sure you keep watching. Before we get into my April fragrance lineup, my lippy of the day, I'm literally wearing one that we've talked about countless times at this point. This is Fenty Beauty's Fuchsia Flex lip gloss. I'm literally wearing it by itself today, no lip liner or anything. This is one that I wear with or without makeup. This is one that I wear with or without lip liner. I'll wear it as a topper. Absolutely love this, but y'all already knew that. As for my scent of the day, is brand spanking new to my collection. I just got it in from the team over at Twisted Lily, who finally remembered my name and address. Anyway, you all know I have a discount code to save on your purchase of samples or full-size bottles of high-end or niche fragrances. I'll make sure I have that information down below in the description box. But this one they sent over is a new one from Xerjoff, and this is, as you can see, Torino 24. I gave you all an impromptu first impression of this fragrance on a shorts recently and over on my TikTok. Here is the infamous Xerjoff coffret, where the fragrance just rests like a Addams Family member. It's a close-up of the bottle, which is just You may remember that I just added Torino 22 to my collection. If you didn't see my most recent spring fragrance haul, I'll make sure I leave it linked up top. But Torino 24, I've already been wearing it. I put it on while I was getting ready today, but it never hurts to spray a little more. Oh, I can already smell it from the atomizer, but I'm gonna spray it again. Ugh. This smells like summertime. It smells like a tropical vacation. It smells like a fruity drink with the umbrella in it. So freaking good. I think there's mango and plum. It's really fruity. It's juicy. It's refreshing. It's happy. Very girly. Has some floral aspects going on as well. It's a little musky. It's only my third time wearing the fragrance, so consider this still to be a first impression of sorts. Take that into context, okay? That said, I am still getting to know this fragrance, so naturally I can't give you all too much when it comes to performance and projection just yet. But what I can say is that this instantly jumped out as a fruity, floral, juicy good time. Perfect for spring and summer, and definitely if you are heading out on a tropical vacation in a tropical climate, definitely recommend getting your nose on this one. Again, I'll make sure I have my link and discount code for Twisted Lily down below in the description box. Regardless, my scent of the day is Xerjoff's Torino 24. I smell so damn good, but while we're already on the topic of a Xerjoff, first up in the lineup for the month of April is another one from Xerjoff that I just told you all about in my most recent spring fragrance haul. Again, if you haven't seen that, it is linked up in the cards. But this is the sister to today's scent of the day. This was gifted to me from Fragrance Net, and this is Xerjoff's Torino 22. And I unboxed and sprayed this for the first time with you all on camera, again in that very same fragrance haul. But this is so freaking good. I have had a chance to wear it, and we'll definitely, deep dive into this in my upcoming weekly roundup video. But just know, I love this. It's very unique to anything else in my collection. It's really herbal, green, refreshing, almost like minty when you first spray it especially, but it's also really warm and sweet and a little bit sexy too. If I'm not mistaken, it's like tea and sage, eucalyptus. There's saffron in it. So there's like an airiness to it as well that just lingers in the air. And this is absolutely perfect for this fake out spring weather we're experiencing here in Maryland. It's cold in the morning, then it's hot in the afternoon, then it's cold again in the evenings. And this is one that can hold its own through all of that throughout the entire day so far, per my experience. But of course, I'm going to continue spending time getting to know it, but this has already made a lasting impression. Xerjoff just ain't missed for me yet, but again, definitely going to be spending time with Xerjoff Torino 22 this month. Let's talk about this one next. Another fragrance I want to spend time with this month is Burberry's Original Goddess. And if you've been a regular to the channel, you may know the history with me in this fragrance, but just in case you're new here, let me give you a quick synopsis. Started off with a travel spray and liked the scent, thought it was cute, but didn't necessarily love it. Eventually, Burberry did reach out and send me this 50 ml, and as you can see from the dent, I may or may not have changed my tune a little bit. I do still find this to be a pretty, you know, basic designer fragrance, but there's a place for a basic designer fragrance. This is pretty, and I can never take that away from it. Starts off really bright and a little spicy with that ginger, but it's also really sweet, powdery, and has kind of a gourmand acid, if you ask me, from some cocoa. And the lavender I find to enhance that vanilla without overpowering it. It doesn't make it smell masculine. It actually just gives this a little bit of interest and gives it, I don't know, some oomph, if you will. It's powdery, it's sweet, it's inoffensive and mass appealing, and it's not super complex or hard to understand. This is one that I can reach for regardless of the occasion. It's simple and it's subtle, but it's still a little sexy if you ask me. And while this is absolutely a vanilla that you can wear all year round with no issues, I personally prefer it in the spring months, and I love to wear it to bed. So this month, I absolutely plan on spending time with Burberry's Original Goddess. Speaking of Pretty Girl Easy Reach Vanilla, another one that is still new to the collection that we just talked about in my most recent fragrance haul, which should already be linked, is this one from Donna Karan's Cashmere collection. My lighting's too bright, but this is cashmere and vanilla essence. And you can see I have a little bit of a dent in this fragrance because I have been spending time with it. And I told you all that I wanted to put it on my April tray to really figure out if this is one that I plan on keeping. Not at all a bad fragrance, disclaimer, but not one that I am necessarily in love with like her sister Auntie Dawn, aka Cashmere and Palo Santo. This starts off really bright, juicy from apple, and if I had to guess, it's probably a green apple, because there's like a tartness to it, but it's also really sweet, and you can feel my mouth watering. Like it's so refreshing. It's powdery and feminine from, I believe, some violet, but it's also really sweet from all of the vanilla. Really warm, really cozy, but it's definitely not as dense, as woody, or as heavy as some may experience the Cashmere and Palo Santo also from this line. There's a transparency to this fragrance. This almost gives like a crystallized, sugary type of vanilla. And I told you all that this did get a compliment when I wore it, and I like it, but I'm not necessarily in love with it, which is why I want to make sure I spend time to see if she's going to stay. But again, this is Donna Karan's newest release for the Cashmere collection. This is Cashmere and Vanilla Essence. Another one I want to spend time with this month, still new to the collection, sent over to me from the team at Sniff, and this is their Sweet Ash Super Fragrance. Another one we also talked about in that most recent fragrance haul. I have not worn this just yet, which is why it's on the fragrance tray, but when I spray this on a tester strip, I absolutely get that very familiar Sweet Ash DNA, which I've told you all that I love before in a previous favorites video. I'll make sure I have it linked, but it's definitely a really earthy, refreshing green. I think it's fir balsam, so it's giving you a little bit of Christmas tree, if you will, mixed with like a really warm, sweet vanilla and some woodiness. I can absolutely see why some people feel like Sweet Ash is a bit on the masculine side, because It does give you kind of cologne-esque vibe, at least to me. The new super fragrance, the EDP formulation of Sweet Ash, has like a creaminess to it that I definitely think may change some minds. But of course, I can't say just yet because I haven't worn this on skin. So stand by for my thoughts in an upcoming video after I've spent some time with her. But another one I want to spend time with this month is Sniff's new Sweet Ash Super Fragrance. Another fragrance in the lineup for April that is no stranger to the channel whatsoever, that done been. Okay, especially if you are a regular, is Clean Reserve Sparkling Sugar. Of course, y'all know my lighting is unforgiving, so I'll make sure I include a picture. But let me tell you why I want to wear Sparkling Sugar. Y'all fave, y'all little friend, Mama Tresses, has been wearing this recently, and she smells so freaking good. And this is one that y'all know I absolutely love, but I haven't reached for it in a while, and I definitely need to get my wears in with her before it gets too warm, because as the name suggests, this is sugary sweet. It starts off, of course, really refreshing, clean, but it's really fruity from, I believe, some peach nectar. And I think there's some nectarine in this as well. It's really fruity, juicy, sweet. And there's definitely that clean, refreshing, airy musk that all clean fragrances have. But there's a sugary sweetness and an effervescence to it that makes this so girly, so flirty, so fun, and absolutely perfect for this time of year. This is great on warm skin, but don't let it get too warm because the bees will be up on you, okay? This is just another simple, easy reach, go-to pretty girl fragrance, perfect for spring. But y'all already knew that because we've been talking about this fragrance for years at this point. So again, this month I want to spend time with my first love from Clean Reserve, Sparkling Sugar. Another fragrance I want to spend time with this month, sent over to me from the team at Twisted Lily, is Wilhelm Parfumery's Sparkling Joe. We've talked about this one previously on the channel as well. And now that we're transitioning into spring, I absolutely want to bring her out because as soon as I spray this, I get that bubbly, fizzy champagne tickling my nose, along with that fresh, spicy ginger. I also get that pear. Y'all know I'm a hoe for some pear, and the pear lends itself to be really refreshing and clean. And there's also some ambrette in this, adding to that bubbliness, but in a different way because ambrette smells really soapy. And there's also some woods in this, giving a little weight, a little warmth, but definitely not taking away from the fact that this is a really refreshing, clean, simple, but fun fragrance at the same time. If you all remember, this fragrance is inspired by the Josephine Baker. It's perfectly unisex, and to me, it just gives effortless party in a bottle. So this month I want to spend time with Wilhelm Parfumery's Sparkling Joe. Another scent I want to spend time with this month is Perfumes de Marly's Oriana. This little 1 ounce I did acquire through a collaboration previously on the channel with Nordstrom. And I didn't love this fragrance at first because I got it when it was kind of cool out. I think I got it like October, November. But once the spring hit, Oriana on warm skin is delicious. It's fruity from that raspberry. It's sweet and feminine from that orange blossom, that marshmallow, that chantilly cream. But it's also ambrette and musk, if I'm not mistaken. So it also has like a cleanness to it that, in my opinion, keeps it youthful, girly, and playful, but not childish, if that makes sense. Smells exactly how it looks. It's a pretty pink perfume. I absolutely love this during the spring and during the summer. The men's also love this as well because it's just sweet and yummy. Aside from that, because who cares about them, this is just pleasant and pretty to wear. Definitely one that I recommend getting your nose on, especially for the spring and into the summer, because I'm telling you, on warm skin, Perfumes de Marly's Oriana just don't miss. This next one I have lined up for the month is another pretty girl fragrance, but this pretty girl is a little bit older and then lived some life and had some experiences, then traveled a few places. I gave y'all a little break from talking about her, but Amawaja's Love Delight, I have to pull her back out because now is the perfect time for this for this goodness, okay? This starts off also really fruity, bright, juicy. Mouth watering. I think it's mandarin. Really citrusy but sweet at the same time. There's also some ginger. So if you are not a fan of ginger, I find the ginger in this to be very prominent. It's really spicy, refreshing. Also cinnamon in this, which keeps it spicy but also adds a gourmand facet along with some vanilla, some cocoa, some rum. There's also some rose in this, adding to that femininity. But that vanilla, so yummy. This is a gourmand, but with some layers to it, with some interest to it, some sophistication. I have absolutely spent some time with this fragrance this winter since I upgraded my sample and my decant to this full-size bottle. But I feel like the spring is going to bring out what I love about this fragrance even more. Plus, it just goes with how I want to feel and how I want to present myself to the world this spring and just at this time in my life. Like, I want to be fruity and yummy and fun, but I also want to be respected and take it seriously, okay? I also ain't got time to play with you, mother. This gives me all of that. It gives me sweet, approachable, pretty girl, but it also gives grown-ass woman that ain't got time to play no games. It's a balance, you know what I'm saying? From my experience, even with the sample and the decant, this fragrance has a moderate projection, but still got compliments. And outside of that, frankly, I just overall enjoy how I feel when I wear this scent. So I definitely want to make sure to spend intentional time with Amawage's Love Delight this month. Last but most certainly not least, another new fragrance in the collection I am spending time with this month is Thomas Cosmala's No. 4 Neon. And yes, it has a dent. I did decant a bit of this fragrance, but I also have been wearing it. Yo, this is given signature summer 2024. Oh my goodness. It's so refreshing, fruity, juicy when you first spray it. It's also very musky. There's a little soapiness to it. This is citrus, mango, there's melon. I also feel like I pick up like pineapple in this or guava. So juicy. But it's also really clean, musky, and it's strong as hell. This has lasted me all freaking day. And I don't got to go too crazy with the sprays. I go a little crazy, but I don't go too crazy with the sprays. And this lasts all day. And the couple of times that I've worn this, because I have been wearing it back to back, this has already garnered so many compliments. Not to gas it, but the compliments that I've gotten already in the couple of times that I've worn this have been visceral, physical reactions to this fragrance. It's literally, you smell amazing. What are you wearing? Not just you smell good, but you smell amazing. I need to know what that is so I can get it too. It gives fruity, it gives tropical, but in my opinion, an easy, everyday, signature, wearable way. And I love this. So I have absolutely no regrets about blind buying No. 4 Neon, which we will be spending time with this month. Well, folks, that about wraps up my April fragrance tray lineup. Make sure you sound off in the comments. Let me know what fragrances you plan on spending time with this month. Let me know if you have tried any of the fragrances that we talked about today, or if you're interested in trying them. Of course, if you are interested in trying or buying any of the fragrances we talked about today, make sure to shop via any available links and or discount codes down below in the description box, because it really helps me out. After commenting on this video, on your way to watching another video of mine, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Make it enough. That's enough. Let's not. What if we don't put this one? Damn, can you talk, girl? Y'all wasn't gonna tell me I had gloss on my retainer? All right.